Hey, welcome back to the Debt Sucks podcast, the show where we face debt like it's a storm closing in and financial wins like they're gold loot hiding in a bush. I'm your host, Ben Matthews, bankruptcy attorney, financial reality check dispenser, and the guy who once rage quit budgeting like it was a laggy Xbox match. Last week, we hit pause of the chaos and talked about the money mind reset, how to stop spiraling, start thinking clearly, and why your brain needs a reboot just as much as your budget. If you missed it, go back and listen. It's like Control-Alt-Delete for your financial anxiety. Yep, we're talking about how paying off debt and building invisible wealth is just like playing Fortnite. Except in this version, V-Bucks are real dollars. And instead of dancing on someone's financial grave, we build shit that lasts. So buckle up, grab your metaphorical pickaxe, and let's drop into this chaotic money battlefield. Segment 1, drop into the chaos. So let's set the scene. You're starting life. Maybe fresh out of college, just landed your first real job, or maybe you've already taken a few financial hits and you're thinking, can I even start over? Financially speaking, you're dropping out of the battle bus. You hit the ground with not much. A basic weapon, aka your paycheck, and some sketchy financial advice from your uncle who still thinks Beanie Babies are a solid retirement plan. Some people land in tilted towers, high cost of living, student loans stacked like Jenga blocks, and rent that eats your soul. Others drop in Tomato Town. Lower bills, maybe fewer job options, but a little more breathing room. Here's the truth. You don't get to pick where you drop, but you do get to decide what you do next. Do you panic build a lifestyle out of car payments, credit cards, and impulse Amazon buys? Or do you gather materials, aka savings, budgeting skills, and a debt payoff plan, and start playing smart? And if you've already made a few bad drops, no shame in that. Because just like in the game, you can always restart. You can reboot your finances today. New round, new mindset, better strategy. Pro tip, most Fortnite pros don't just charge into battle. They gather resources, build smart, and pick their fights. Same goes for building financial freedom. It's not about being flashy. It's about staying in the game long enough to win. Segment 2, debt is the storm. Now let's talk about the real villain of this game, the storm. In Fortnite, the storm closes in, shrinking your play space and forcing you into tighter, more dangerous situations. In real life, that storm is debt. The more debt you have, the less room you have to move. You can't leave your job because of the car loan. You can't handle an emergency because your credit cards are maxed out. You can't breathe because interest is stacking faster than you can pay. Debt shrinks your freedom just like the storm. And here's what makes it tricky. The storm looks manageable at first. A little student loan here, a Target card there. You're like, I got this. But then it tightens. And suddenly, one flat tire, one missed paycheck, or one unexpected bill, and boom, you're in the storm, gasping, trying to claw your way out with nothing but a $28 minimum payment and some regrets. So what do? You get the hell out of the storm strategically. Segment 3, pick your loadout. The pile driver, big rocks or little rocks. All right, squad, it's time to stop running in circles and pick your strategy. If the debt is the storm, then you need a loadout that keeps you alive and moving toward financial freedom. In the Debt Sucks game, there are 3 main ways to play, depending on your style, your mindset, and whether you want fast wins or maximum damage. The pile driver method. This is the hybrid beast, the quiet build-up and the finishing move. Here's how it works. You make minimum payments across the board, but behind the scenes, you're stacking cash, building up that sweet, sweet savings like you're charging your ultimate. Then when you've saved enough to drop a financial elbow from the top rope, you do it. You pick one debt and wipe it out in one brutal move. No dragging it out, no playing nice, just you, your pile of money, and one less debt to stress about. It's stealth plus strike. Build, smash, celebrate, repeat. Perfect for folks who need to rebuild emergency savings and still want that debt payoff high every few months. This is the Debt Sucks signature move. Use it wisely. The big rocks strategy. This is for the logical thinkers, spreadsheet warriors, and people who get turned on by the phrase effective interest rate. You list your debts by interest rate and you tackle the one costing you the most money first. That 29.99 APR store card you open for a free blanket? Yeah, you go after that one. It's all about the math. You'll save the most in the long run, but fair warning, It might take a while before you knock out your first debt, so the emotional wins come slower. Still, if you can stay the course, big rocks will crush your debt mountain like a boulder rolling downhill. And the little rock strategy. Now, if the big rock strategy is logic, this one's pure emotional momentum. You start with your smallest debt, no matter the interest rate. You knock it out, celebrate, post a victory selfie, then move on to the next smallest. Every win builds confidence. Every debt knocked out is a mental high five. It's like clearing out nude players early in the game to build your kill streak. This is a great plan if you're feeling overwhelmed, defeated, or just need to see progress fast. Because sometimes what you need most isn't the perfect move, it's the one that makes you believe you can win again. So what's your loadout? Want to save and strike with precision? Go pile driver. Want to crush interest and dominate with math? Go big rocks. Want quick wins and massive momentum? That's little rocks. There's no one right answer, just the right answer for you. The only wrong move? Doing nothing. The storm is coming, so choose your plan, grab your tools, and start building your way out. Segment 4. Invisible wealth equals legendary loot. Now here's where we separate the streamers from the screamers. In Fortnite, flashy doesn't mean skilled. The player wearing the $20 skin doing emotes in the open, usually the first one out. Same in real life. People flashing luxury brands and financing vacations on credit are often deep in debt. The quiet folk, with emergency funds, investments, and no car payment, they're the ones holding legendary loot. Invisible wealth is the stuff no one sees. A shit happens fund that means you don't freak out when your tire explodes. A Roth IRA growing quietly in the background while you eat tacos. A paid-off car that might be boring, but never keeps you up at night. You know what's wild? You could be winning financially and no one would know. And that's the flex. Because in Fortnite and real life, real winners don't need to show off. They stay in the circle, they build wisely, they win. Segment 5. Mini bosses and power-ups. Every good game has side quests, challenges, mini bosses. Here are a few you'll face in the financial world. The mini boss, the credit score siren. She'll try to lure you with a store credit card for 20% off today. Resist. Your XP doesn't come from debt traps. Mini boss, the lifestyle creep dragon. You get a raise and suddenly you deserve a new car, a new house, a $90 hoodie made from recycled unicorn fur. No, you deserve peace of mind, not another bill. Now let's talk power-ups. Power-up number 1, the Shit Happens Fund. $500 to $1,000 in an account you do not touch unless a financial meteor hits. Power-up 2, the Rock Pile. Write down every debt. Face it. Name it. If you can name your enemy, you can defeat it. Power-up 3, the Brutally Honest Money Breakdown. Open your bank app, look at what you've been doing, cry if needed. Then plot your comeback. And when you're ready, unleash the pile driver. Take your saved up cash and destroy one debt. Fully, completely. Victory dance is optional. Listener question segment. All right, it's time for a listener question, and this one comes from Tyler in North Carolina, who's still thinking about our earlier episode called Retirement Feels Like a Fantasy. Tyler writes, Ben, that retirement episode hit hard. I'm 33, still paying off student loans, and I haven't saved a dime for retirement. Every time I think about it, I just feel overwhelmed, like I'm too far behind to catch up. Is it even worth trying at this point? Tyler, yes. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Look, feeling behind is real. That I'll never catch up feeling, that's the storm talking. It wants you to stay stuck and do nothing. But here's the truth. You can restart your financial game at any point. This isn't a one-life match. You've got respawns. You've got options. You don't have to max out a 401k tomorrow. You just have to start something with $20 a week. An IRA with automatic deposits. A savings account with a name like Future Me doesn't want to work forever. It doesn't matter how late you start. It only matters that you do. Because every dollar you save is like building a wall between you and financial panic in your 60s. And in the words of every Fortnite survivor who didn't think they'd make it to the end, I just kept building. So keep building, Tyler. The fantasy becomes real when you take that first swing of the pickaxe. You got this.
Hey, let's get real for a sec. The Debt Sucks plan, it's awesome. It works. But not everyone has the time or the patience to chip away at their financial Mount Everest. Maybe you're drowning right now, like creditors calling your grandma, paycheck gone before it lands, sleepless nights count of drowning. Sound familiar? Listen, you don't have to white knuckle your way through this alone. Instead of spending years battling debt $1 at a time, I've got you. Bankruptcy isn't a failure, it's a fresh start. And sometimes hitting reset is the smartest thing you can do. At my law firm here in South Carolina, we take the time to listen to your story and help you figure out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you. No pressure, no judgment, just straight answers and real solutions. And if you don't live in South Carolina, don't worry. I can connect you with a trusted attorney in your state. Wherever you are, help is closer than you think. So if you're ready to stop the stress and start fresh, visit debtsucks.info to share a little about your situation or call my office for a free consultation. Let's find your path forward together, because sometimes you don't need a plan, you need a damn lifeline. Let me be that lifeline.
All right, let's land this plane. Here's the thing. In Fortnite, when you win, it's called a victory royale. And in real life, you might not get a banner. There's no dance animation. No one's going to throw a party because you paid off your Discover card. But that moment you realize you've got 3 months of expenses in the bank, when your car is paid off and still running, when you say no to a dumb purchase and don't even flinch, that's your victory royale. Invisible, quiet, powerful. So yeah, debt is a storm, and wealth, real wealth, is the gear you build while no one's watching. And you're not just surviving, you're playing the long game. You're winning in stealth mode. If today's episode hits you right in the battle pass, do me a favor. Pick your loadout, the pile driver, big rocks or little rocks. Use the free forms at debtsucks.info. Share your invisible win on Instagram and tag at debtsucks. Follow, review, and tell a friend about the podcast, because financial survival is better with teammates. And remember, you don't have to dance your way out of debt. You just have to build your plan, avoid the storm, and play to win. This is Ben Matthews signing off and telling you loud and clear, adulting is hard. It's harder with debt, but it's winnable, even without a victory dance.